My name is Jenny Billings, and I have J. Ellen Design and Market. It's kind of a swing off from my previous career of being a florist for 35 years, which I own Jenny's Floral here in Custer. I'm gardening mostly and helping to mentor and teach different classes. Gardening, growing flowers, vegetables, few fruit, but mostly vegetables. Potatoes grow beautifully here in Custer, so a lot of potatoes. Squash, beans, all the other typical characters. Carrots, peppers, lots of different vegetables. So satisfying. I'm kind of the tomato queen, and I'm really drawn to the heirloom varieties of tomatoes and something a little bit different. So I have them from grapes and miniature tomatoes to cherry tomatoes, slicers, salads. I like them all. And it's just so interesting, the different variety, the different colors. My tomato basket when I pick is just really colorful. I love that. And the different flavors that they come with. Yum. The reason I considered market gardening was because I felt this was something I could do in my retirement age. I like the idea of feeding people, and I like the idea of growing things that are a little bit different that maybe they wouldn't find in the grocery store. The fact that you can get a purple tomato out of your market garden where you can't do that when you walk into the grocery store is really intriguing to me. The fact, too, that it's fresh and you can offer up such a fresh product without all the extra chemicals and the things that a lot of the mass-produced produce comes into the stores with. I decided to start this type of garden because I wanted to know what would grow here in Custer. Our first frost date is usually beginning of September. Our last frost date is somewhere the very beginning of June. But I've seen snow here June 9th. We've had freezing temperatures in July. So it is a really weird place. But this type of garden has evolved into one that will be able to take some of the hailstorms, some of the heat and the cold that we have, the drought, and hopefully people will be able to produce a garden similar to this or be able to eat the food that I grow here. Some of the unique challenges I have for growing here is, number one, we are on solid rock. When we first located this spot in our property to place the garden, my husband started digging and he got the auger down maybe 3 to 4 inches and hit solid rock. And he's like, well, I guess we're going to do raised beds. They are placed right on the soil and then filled with better soil to grow within. I also did them as a hugelkultur where there's logs at the base and then building up with debris and wood chips and then the compost on the top and the soil on the top. I've named them after great gardeners in my life. So one is named Ellen, which was my mother's name. One was Bess, my great aunt, and then my 2 grandmothers, Foresta and Lulu. Even farther behind me, you might see the high tunnel, and the high tunnel is more to combat against the cold temperatures, extending the season a little bit on both sides, as well as a hail, which is a number one enemy here. You got to kind of know your area, know your location, and pick the right way to grow for application. Being a South Dakota specialty producer is an awesome thing. Just the camaraderie and the friendship that is within the South Dakota specialty producers is really awesome, because then you might be friends with somebody over by Alpena and I'm out here in Custer and just talk about the same trials and tribulations that we have and network and work some of these problems through. I think it's a small enough state and a small enough niche market that everybody could use some help, and we're not in competition, we're more in the business to help one another. After I retired and sold my business in town, I decided I had more time to garden, but I always feel like I could learn a little bit more. So I did enroll and take the South Dakota State University Extension Master Gardening Program. It's opened up some doors for me to be able to offer more education through the volunteer program, answering questions, setting up classes. I've done classes for Western Wyoming Community College, as well as the South Dakota Specialty Producers on floral design, cut flower handling, and those types of things to help other farmers as well as florists to produce better product. My favorite part about teaching people to garden is to watch the passion grow within them. And most people are very interested. They have questions. It's the same question over and over again. What kind should I grow here? What do I need sun? Do I not need sun? You know, those types of things. It's the same question over and over, but I don't mind repeating it. I think it's really fun to teach people. As a master gardener, probably my best bit of advice would be work with nature instead of against it. You see a bug, don't instantaneously think you have to kill it. It's probably going to help you more than it's going to hinder you. So work with nature, and if hail comes, just stand here and watch it. Beat the living tar out of your garden. I think you'll still be okay. Things will come back. Plants just want to grow, and so if you give them the chance, they will do what you want them to do. I love sitting in my garden, and so the favorite part of gardening is spending time in the garden and being able to watch the different things. I saw a hummingbird this morning in my garden, which was really awesome. I might be a weirdo, but I do talk to my plants occasionally. My son was helping me water the other day, and he's like, "Oh, look at this little pepper here growing. Isn't that awesome?" And I'm like, "You're talking the pepper plants," and I do it too. It's just so much fun. It's like they're all living creatures, and it's fun to be able to interact and see what's happening from day to day. Very quickly, things can change in the garden, and so I like seeing that change happen. Being able to just watch things grow and show it to everybody else, that just is the best thing ever, to be able to. And when people say, "Oh, I'd love to come see your garden," I'm like, "Anytime, absolutely. I'm right here. Just stop out, give me a call. I will probably be out there weeding or watering," and it's a good way to share that passion with people.